morning, everyone. Welcome to the channel. So today I started at the Osteen parking lot, and I figured I would do another range test. I have 3 batteries with me. Currently I have the 16 amp hour in, but I just started, so I'm gonna swap it out real quick, like put one of the smaller batteries in and then just kind of go through each one of those. Only expect to run down 2 batteries today. So, all right, let me swap this battery out and I will be back. All right, so we're still like right around 100% and about 4 miles in at the moment. So not too bad. But I've been going, I don't know, 15 miles an hour or so. But I went around the corner back there and my kickstand was down, and it grabbed a hold of it and picked up the back of the bike. So that was very scary. Not something you want to do going around the corner. So this is the second canal. I think in a previous video, the last video I made, I showed the first canal. This is the second one. And then there is one more pretty far down. Not sure if I'm gonna make it that far. All right, I wanted to give you guys a shot of the bike. You've probably seen it in previous videos, but this is the Ecotric 48 volt 500 watt motor. Disc brakes, I think 160 millimeter disc brakes front and back. And this is considered the blue version, even though the bike's kind of black. It's just the rims that are blue. The pedals that came on it were just the plastic pedals. I think they were black as well. And then I swapped them out with these, kind of like a teal blue or light blue. But I like them. They grip my feet pretty good, so it makes it a lot nicer to ride. And we're out here pretty early. I started about 7:40, 7:45 before it got too busy out. But this is the trail that goes from Osteen, Florida to Titusville or Edgewater. It splits off. It kind of has like a fork up ahead where you can kind of go either way. But today I'm just doing throttle only. I have the 10 amp hour battery in currently. In the bag I have 2 more batteries. I have a 13 amp hour and I have a 16 amp hour. All right, so let me continue down the trail and I'll be back in a few. All right, so the Strava app, Strava, however you say it, it is showing right around 9 miles so far. And let's see, we are 77%. It's a 78. I was just waiting for it to kick up. It's about 78% battery on this 10 amp hour battery, and 9 miles in, pretty much full throttle. I've let off, you know, just to talk a little bit so the wind doesn't get so bad. But yeah, pretty much just throttle only for the last 9 miles. So I'll check back in a few. All right, so we are pretty much, I want to say about 12 or so miles, 12 or 13. And here is where the trail splits off. I came from this way, which is Osteen. And then if you take this way where these guys are going, that one would take you to Edgewater, and this one would take you to Titusville. So kind of gives you a nice little, make a decision right here. Do you want to go, both of them are going toward the coast anyway. My favorite, if you like a straight ride, this one's pretty much as straight as you can get. And if you want a nice little scenic route that ends at the college, then that would be it. But all in all, both of them are good. all of these trails are beautiful. So, all right, then let me get back to it, and I think I'm gonna head on up to the parking lot where I normally park, and then not sure which way I want to go. Also forgot to mention that you know, the 12, I think it's about 12.5 miles at this point. We are at 57% battery on the 10 amp hour battery. I have not swapped out any batteries yet. Throttle only, pretty much full on. This would probably be the worst case scenario, is that you never pedal and you go pretty much full speeds the whole time. And like I said, I was at 57, just say 57%, and 48.2 volt. So not, and the temperature outside is 69 degrees currently. Pretty nice day. Total bike weight, including me, well, with me and the backpack, we're looking at about 200 pounds. I'm about 150. And then about 40, I'd say 40, I just added an extra 10 pounds, so I'd say about a next 190 altogether. So definitely, I think the total bike weight that this thing can carry is 200 pounds, but we are right around that limit. I can fill it too with the backpack, with both 2 extra batteries in the back. When I go to turn, I can fill it. So, all right, let me get on down the trail here, and I'll check back soon. Actually, right here is the parking lot that I normally park at. Yeah, this is the one I normally drive down to. It's like 11 or 12 miles, 13, something like that. But it's a good parking lot. It's not full like most of them are. So I was gonna go the Titusville route, but decided to turn around and go toward Edgewater. All right, so we've been about 15 miles, still the 10 amp hour battery, and I'm looking at about 45% battery. 46.9 volt. So let's carry on. So I made it to I-95, and let's see what the mileage is. About 17 miles roughly to this point, and battery life 40%. All right, I decided to stop for a minute and take a little break. I just passed a little bit over 17 miles, so figured I'd grab some water and maybe a little snack, and then head on just a little bit further here. Still think I'm right around 40% on the battery. It says 39, so yeah, right around 40%. And I'll probably swap it out right around 25%. I don't like to go too much less than that, but definitely 20 miles for sure on the 10 amp hour battery, full on throttle. I think the last range test I did was on the 13 amp hour battery, and I was going anywhere 10 to 15 miles an hour, not really pushing the bike, you know, really hard, not going full on. And it got 30 something miles out of it. The motor's not even warm, just not hot at all, so not bad. And I've been pushing it pretty hard today for sure. So if you need to commute and it's under 20 miles, right now I'm getting about 22 miles an hour. I was getting 24 when I left, you know, with a fresh battery. But still 22 miles an hour, still have another, you know, some miles left into it before I swap it out. But not bad. It definitely it definitely will get you places. This is the bike I usually take to the store and around locally, places like that. You know, I don't really go that fast normally. Usually, I don't know, 10, 15 miles an hour. I like to enjoy where I'm riding instead of just going, you know, straight on. But I wanted to do this test for you guys so you would see what the range is on it. All right, well, I'm gonna eat a snack and then I'm gonna head on some more. So I'm now gonna cross Maytown Road. If you take Maytown Road back toward the right there, you would end up in Oak Hill. And but the trail keeps going straight toward Edgewater. But still got quite some miles from here. I'd say, I don't know, 10 or 15 miles. But since I'm about 35%, and I think I am right around 19, almost 20 miles, and I'm at 35%. And been going pretty quick, you know, right around anywhere between 18 and 20 miles, 22 miles an hour. I think right now the max speed, let's see, pretty sure the max speed's gonna be right around 21, 22 miles an hour. Yeah, 21, about 21 and a half, almost 22. So I got this wobble now, just a little bit of a wobble on the front, but probably because I need to readjust the front wheel. Earlier when I went to put on the brakes, I noticed that the front tire was a little loose, so I bring tools with me, so I just tightened everything down and it seems to be pretty good now. Just probably got to adjust it a little bit. You know, with this like 40-pound bag in the back with the 2 batteries, you can feel like the weight. You can feel it when you move around. So not really something I like to do is carry a heavy bag behind me, but I like to have those extra batteries or battery, so just in case I can make it back. On the days when I'm pedaling, I definitely I don't use as much battery, but I definitely like to have it because when my legs get tired, I can just throttle back. So we made it to the gun range area. Right here, just up ahead is Cow Creek, and I'm at 29% battery power on the 10 amp hour battery. So probably about 21, 22 miles, probably be about it. So now I can feel the motor kicking out on me. You know, it'll, once it reaches a certain level, the motor will start to cut out. And I think max speed now is roughly 20, it's hitting 21 still after, and when I got load on it, it says 7% battery, 8% battery. When I take off the load, it jumps up to 21%, 22%. All right, I stopped just for a sec, and we're about 19% battery and 24 miles. Surprised me for sure on a 10 amp hour battery, and that's pretty much full on throttle. That's a pretty good way. So today it's going to be a good 50-mile ride. You know, between, I'll probably make it another mile or two before I swap out the battery, and then it's 25 miles back. So I may even try to make it to the end down here, down by the college, and then turn back around. So we'll see. All right, so we're almost to the bridge here. Not too far from the college. and I'm about 10% battery, so I'm gonna go ahead and swap it out. I normally don't like to go too low, but total distance on that battery is gonna be 26 miles. So not bad, 26 miles off of a 10 amp hour battery. So today so far is going to be at least a 50-mile ride because it's going to take me that, you know, the 25 miles back just to get back to my truck. So, all right, let me swap this out and I'm going to try to go down just a little bit more and turn around and come back. All right, see you guys in a minute. All right, so now I have the 13 amp hour battery in here, and this is the original battery that comes with the bike. The 10 amp hour battery is the one that I won in an auction on eBay for $125. So it's been a really good battery, the 10 amp hour. I mean, it just got me 26 miles. So not bad at all. But this 13 amp hour battery is a really good battery too. It's unbranded. The 10 amp hour battery is Panasonic cells. I'm not sure what's in these, the ones that come with the Ecotric 48 volt. So you can definitely tell a difference with a fresh battery. This thing now gets up to like 25 miles an hour. That's what I was hitting. Yeah, there you go. 25.8, but it's probably a little bit off. But definitely a big difference from a almost dead battery to a charged one. But the almost dead one was still getting me roughly about 20 miles an hour with about 10 or 15% of battery. I still could have kept going a little bit further on the other one, but I didn't want to kill it all the way, so decided to change it out. But nothing like a fresh battery. All right, so I finished the main part of the ride, and then there's like a little road that leads into the other part here, and then from there it ends up at the college. So I only got a few more minutes. I figured I would make it to the end here and turn back around and head back. All right, so here is the end of the trail, right here at the college. So we made it to Edgewater, and gonna turn around and head back. This is a long ride for sure. This is the longest ride that I've taken in a while. So in total, all right, so we ended up with 30 miles. 31, it's 30.88, so I'd say 31 miles. So I got another 31 miles to make it back, so 62 miles in total. It was a long ride for sure, but it was fun. And so far, since I swapped out this battery, I have 93%. So, all right, well, I'm gonna head back and just throttle all the way back. It's been about 10 miles since I swapped out the battery, and this is the 13 amp hour battery, and throttle only, of course, full speed, and I'm down to 51%. So I decided to stop, take a little bit of a break, stretch my legs, and check the battery. We're at like 43%. This is the 13 amp hour battery, and I've been about 15 miles. So in total today so far, we're at about 46 miles or so. All right, so I made it back to the parking lot that I normally park at. It says Maytown Spur. That's normally where I park. But today I parked about 12 miles, I'd say about 12 miles down a little further. So now I gotta ride the rest of the way. Let's check the battery, see what we're at. 40%. And I have about 12 more miles to go, so. We will see. When I put load on this thing, I think I'm hitting like right around 20. Yeah, still 21, 22 miles an hour. And with the load, it's 23% battery. When I let off of it, it'll be close to 40. So we'll see. I don't really think it's going to make it back to the parking lot. I'll have to swap out the battery again with the 16 amp hour battery, the Panasonic one. So we'll see. All right, I thought I'd check in and let you guys know where we're at. So I'm at about 23% and I've been 26 miles on this 13 amp hour battery. Probably 26 and a half. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a little bit more out of it, at least down to maybe 15%, maybe 20%, 15, something like that. We'll see how far we can get before I swap it out. All right, here we go. So 29 and a half miles, and the motor is now cutting out. When I put the full throttle, it cuts in and out. It is no more than 15 miles an hour, and the assistance is just here and there. Like right now, nothing. Now there's something, nothing. All right, so I'm gonna stop and swap out this battery and I'll be back. All right, so now I have the 16 amp hour battery in, and just gonna cruise right on back. This one will definitely get me the rest of the way, and I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, so we're coming toward the end here, and looks like we're at roughly 61 miles. So not bad, 61 miles. And I think the first battery, I had to go back and listen, but I think it was like 26 miles on the 10 amp hour and 30 on the 13 amp hour battery, maybe a little bit over 30. And then I used the 16 amp hour to get back. So not too bad. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And stay tuned for the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.